Hey Phoenix family, welcome back to episode 4 of the podcast. We had a really great... we have some deep insights into our previous game, and we also have recap, highlights, and preview for you today.
Alright, so to start off with, we're going to start with our recap of the women's. So we were versing Cairns Dolphins. It was a 6:30 game on a Friday night at Clippers. Thank you. We had a sold-out crowd, so thank you guys for coming down if you did come. We did lose 68-88, which was a shame, so 20-point loss there. But we were with Cairns in that first half. It was like we were down by 4, and then we lost it in the second half. So what I think changed the game was probably how Cairns changed their style with their centre role. So at the start, it was a lot of trying to get their bigs to push out the centres outside the key. But then the second quarter, they were working more on letting the centres in and then working more on cutting out of it rather than trying to get it through the big man every time. It was just a distraction, I guess.
Yeah.
And this led to the third quarter was being our biggest losing. We lost by 13 points in that quarter. And, yeah, just not great performance from the girls in that third quarter.
In the first half, you could notice that Phoenix were getting a lot of steals off of turnovers from Cairns. But in the second half, they seemed to really clean that up. And as our points were mainly being scored from those turnovers, our point count kind of dropped down because they were taking care of the ball more. It was a very, very physical game. There was a bunch of charges, a bunch of fouls. Cairns are very, very strong. they're physically big.
And that's just how they play.
Yeah, exactly. I think that threw off Phoenix a little bit, but they also... I did notice they were handling the physicality pretty well.
Yeah, so the way Cairns plays is obviously physical, but it's also really fast. So when Cairns did the trap, it worked a few times. Even though most of the time we broke it, they did get a couple of fast break points off of that, which did chip away at their lead. Which, honestly, I think all the little things they did, little changes, which got them a couple extra points, is what made us lose by so much in the end. Because, they've adapted at halftime. You could obviously see that they switched a couple things around, like their trap, how they're guarding screens and stuff.
Yeah.
And that ultimately gave them a few extra points every time, which ended up making them win by so much.
I do want to say Phoenix in the first half, they had a great first half. In the first half, they had a lot more ball pressure. They had a half court trap directly as soon as Cairns set foot over half court. They were trapping them right there, which forced a bunch of turnovers and steals from Kayla, Erin, Izzy. So yeah, that full court man pressure was working, and I think that as Cairns adapted to that, the second half, their momentum of that pressure wasn't quite as succinct.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Looking at the stats, we had Erin Bowman with 23 points, 9 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. So, great game from her. I think she's been consistent this season. I haven't really seen a massive game, but really, really good games throughout, which is good from her.
And Amy had a really great game. She scored 12 points and she had 11 boards, which just shows the captain still knows how to get the job done. I mean, obviously, the loss was pretty big, but I feel like Amy definitely stepped up and she showed off a bit more of her scoring role when the points weren't being made as easily.
Yeah, and looking at the other side, we had Mia Lloyd with 28 points and 11 rebounds. So, good game from her. She's pretty consistent, a bit like Erin. And Brooke Basham had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, and it was a great game from her. If I was looking at Brooke Basham that game, she was looking, in my opinion, like a prime Amy Brown.
Yeah.
Like, she kind of played similar to Amy. But, yeah, that Cairns got the win in the end. So, next game, we're against Gold Coast. Looking at the men's now, what happened?
Honestly, it was a really, really, really long game. It went really late into the night. They lost in the end by only 1 point.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Insane recovery.
Yeah, because, like, you look at the thing and it's like our biggest lead was 2 points at the very start of the game. And we were up by for like 2 minutes. And the rest of the game we were chasing. And to only lose by 1 point, the boys, that's a good effort. Talking through the game, so we lost 94-95. Looking through the game, it was Deshaun's game, really. Yeah. Everyone was talking about Cody versus Eric. And yes, they both had decent games. But Kobe, McDowell White, and Deshaun Russ Parwan really took the show on that night.
So yeah, they outscored us by quite a bit in the first half, but we outscored them in the second.
Yeah.
So I would say Deshaun definitely brought momentum coming off the bench. He was playing really fast, and I think Ken's really expecting that. We started off, it was like we were losing in the first quarter. We were losing by like at least 10 points.
Yeah.
And then we suddenly just got this whole momentum shift, and then like we started full court pressing, and then we just caught up so easily.
Yeah, it was kind of like came out of nowhere because we were down by once, like you said, about 10 with like 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're down by like 3 points because of what happened was Cody Statman had 2 free throws. He missed both of them. Deshaun got the rebound, took a layup with a second left, and put us down by 1. And unfortunately, didn't get a foul. But by the time expired, meaning we lost by a point.
Mind you, with a minute 40 left on the clock, we were at 80 points. So within that minute, we scored 14 points to get to 94.
Yeah.
In the last 30 seconds, we had 10 points.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's just because, we were hitting our shots at the end there.
Yeah.
Like, Deshaun would hit a 3, then a foul, get it back, hit a layup, something like that. But, close game from the guys. Looking at some of the stats, we had Nelson with 17 points, 8 rebounds.
Deshaun had 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists.
And Jamal had another 20-point game, which is good from him. Deshaun,
scored majority of his points in the last quarter. He had 18 in the last quarter.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's because some of the other guys got in foul trouble too. So for him to come on and just score the ball, which is his role, it's really good for the Phoenix. Looking at the other side, their main scorer was Kobe McDowell White. He had 27 points and quite a few assists. I think he had 7 or 8, which is another great game from him. I think, so if you didn't know, Kobe did play for the Phoenix a couple of seasons back. And I think with him coming back to Phoenix, to play against them, after that one season with Illawarra Hawks in the NBL, he's really improved his game overall. Because he used to be quite a dominant scorer, and then everything else kind of just came. But now he's really all-rounded with rebounding, scoring, and passing. So I think that one season in the NBL has really brought him up for the NBL 1.
Hey Phoenix family, I'm here with Amy Brown after an unfortunate loss against Cairns. My first question is, what were your thoughts coming into the game, and how do you think that was executed tonight?
Yeah, we knew Cairns were going to be a tough team tonight. They're always really athletic. So we came in prepared for that. I think we did a really good job in the first half, but unfortunately just let ourselves down a little bit defensively and couldn't get the ball in the bucket in the second half. So something to work on for next week.
Definitely. What was the main positive you took away from that game?
I think our first half was really good at executing. We only let them score 41, maybe a little bit high, but I think we did a good job on both ends of the floor. So I think we'll really focus on those positives in that first half and just look to sharpen up that second half for next week.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Hey there, Phoenix family. We're here with assistant coach Kenta Shimizu. First off, how are you going, Kenta?
I'm doing well, Marley. How are you?
Good, thanks. First question is, thoughts on today? What's going to happen?
Cairns are a good team. They're currently 2-0, right at the top of the ladder. Very fast-paced team. I love to live in transition. So that's my thoughts there. We have to contain transition.
Yeah. And looking at the last couple of weeks, what have you changed for the upcoming round?
I think just being more on the same page on offense, so we're getting good shot balance so that we can get our defensive transition set up, especially when we know how Cairns plays. They want to pressure, get D-boards, get out and run. So shot balance is important. Set up our D-trans and make them play in the half court.
Cool. Thanks, Kenta.
All right, no worries. Thanks, Marley. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. On to the game previews now. We're going to look at the women's first. So we're versing Gold Coast Rollers at 5 o'clock, 9th of May. If you want to go down and watch, you can. It's in Gold Coast. Otherwise, watch on KO because it's game of the week. 5th versus 8th, Phoenix being 5th, which is good. Player watch, they have a pretty consistent team. So everyone's a decent scorer. Their main player is Tara Menamaluga and Ariana Mora, both averaging 14.6 points per game. Yeah. But Tara is also averaging 6 turnovers. So it'll be interesting to see if the Phoenix put Erin Bowman on her, their best defender, and try and force more turnovers, or if they put someone like Izzy and save Erin for someone else.
Yeah, that is interesting. Some other standout players, Emma Petrie, she's averaging 12.6 points and 8 rebounds. And Nia Morris has 10 points. So they're an all-rounded team, as you can see. They're all averaging, the starters are averaging double digits.
Yeah.
On the men's side, it is 7 p.m. game. Watch it on KO. It's 4th versus 5th. We are 4th. Player watch for their team, James Witt, averaging 25 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals.
Yeah, he's had some pretty crazy highlights this season. So he's definitely one to watch out for. Probably expect Eric or maybe Darnell on him, I reckon.
Jensen Bradke, averaging 17 points and 8 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
And Brody McGregor, averaging 12.6 points and 5 assists.
Yeah, so overall, they're a really good team, can't lie. So definitely on the lookout for them. They'll have a big game, so Phoenix have to bring their A game. But we'll see what happens, you know.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. So Friday night game, make sure you tune in on the KO or NBL 1 website. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate your support on the podcast. We'll see you guys next week for episode 5. If you want to come look at us, follow our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, email. Our podcast is now available on any platform. So if Spotify is not your preferred platform, go check it out somewhere else. It's your decision. Don't really mind. You got anything, April?
Stay tuned for the t-shirts.
Oh yeah, t-shirts coming out soon. All right, Phoenix Fast Break out.